guess. So is Donovan. And both you guys served, you were in the Marines, right, Chad? This isn't your first rodeo in this TV program, right?
Correct. I've been here a few times.
Yeah,
I was
you
in the
have.
Marine Corps, yes.
Mm-hmm. And you served, what years did you serve in?
I served from 2005 to 2013.
Yeah, you were in some of the tough times there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Donovan, and you served in what branch?
The Army.
You were in the Army, and what years were you in?
From 2012 to 2016.
Okay, you were 4 years, and you were overseas, obviously. In
Yes.
Iraq and Afghanistan both, or?
Iraq and Horn of Africa.
Okay. And how about you?
Just Afghanistan.
Yeah. Well, not just Afghanistan. I would say that you guys have had probably some pretty heavy-duty military experience, and I won't, ask you to go into any of that. But you guys, Chad, you've been with the Veterans Commission for how long now?
I'm going on 4 years.
4 years, and you took over after the last superintendent passed, right?
That's correct.
And you had worked before that as kind of his assistant, right?
Yes, I was a veteran service officer,
Right.
and I originally had started as an intern.
Okay. And Donovan, you took over where Chad left off, right?
Yeah, I actually filled in for a work study position as well, and then under unfortunate circumstances, Steve Barrett, he passed away,
Right.
and the spot opened up.
Now, I want to ask you a question, and maybe, we've talked about this before. Are you both local guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
You both grew up around here?
Yes.
Okay. And so it was kind of a good fit with the kind of experience you had coming back with so many veterans that were so, not only, of course, do we have a significant population of older veterans, but we have a significant population of younger veterans.
That's true.
Yeah.
And about how many veterans are you guys serving now?
Currently in our database, we have just over 20, I want to say 2,700 veterans in our database.
Uh-huh.
Some of those are widows veterans. Some have passed away. The remaining veterans in Kendall County, and there's estimated to be between 7,000 and 8,000 veterans. They just either haven't needed us or they don't know that we exist.
Right.
So.
And, you hope in your own, it's good that you're there for those that need you, but you hope that a lot of them don't need you, that they've been able to get along and whatever issues they may or may not have had, that they've been able to handle them on their own. But the important thing to know is if they do need assistance, you are there.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit for a moment, Donovan, about some of the services that you do provide, just to kind of remind people.
So what we do, we can do healthcare applications, getting veterans into the healthcare system so that they're not sitting out at home just worrying about if they can go to the doc or not. We can do pensions if they're entitled to that. There's like a whole list of things to make sure that they're entitled to it. We do compensation. That's probably one of the biggest things we do. So getting these veterans, if something happened to them while they were in service, they can potentially get compensated through the VA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be hearing loss, or it could be some type of maybe a post-traumatic stress disorder that might keep them from doing certain things in their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or maybe even more significant injury.
Yeah, there's a huge list.
Yeah, of things that people can apply for, and people are there to support them. The Veterans Assistance Group, there was a levy that was passed. I want to say it was maybe 2002 and 2004, and you guys have always done a really good job of handling your budget.
Yes.
Do you feel like there's sufficient funds there to manage your office and to take care of the issues that you need to take care of?
I think most definitely, yes. It was, I believe, 2006 when that levy passed.
Okay.
And it's been outstanding. In my 2 years that I've been the superintendent, we've made some cuts. I call it cuts. It sounds negative, but we've found ways to be more efficient and do with less, and as well as partnering with other organizations in the community. So it's not all taxpayer funded.
Well, and one of the things that, we won't get too political here at all, but a lot of times there's so many charitable and good organizations out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the senior services and the Oswego Service Center, the Fox Valley Older Adults, the Veterans Assistance. And I think that one of the things that you guys did really well was trying to find a way that you were not always doing redundant services. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably, something that I think everybody had to look at.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have some really fun and kind of exciting things that are coming up. And I first want to get to the golf outing, because you're definitely looking for sponsors for this, right?
Yes, correct, yes.
So tell us a little bit about what is this your first time?
This is going to be the first annual VAC golf event.
Okay.
It's going to be at Blackberry Oaks, May 24th. We are seeking sponsors. We have had quite a bit of interest. And for it being the first year, we're very last minute on putting this together. Normally this is a year-long
It is.
putting it together, but we've been lucky, been able to put it together so far. We're just about done looking for golfers. As the weather gets nicer, we're expecting more golfers to sign up.
Right.
So-
Now, what does a sponsorship cost?
There are different levels of sponsorship. There's a whole sponsorship that costs $100. Registration table sponsorship, $100. Dinner sponsors are $500 each. And then beverage cart sponsors, always a big hit at a golf outing.
Yeah,
Those are
right.
$200.
Okay.
So now with that sponsorship comes a tax write-off. The VAC has recently obtained its 501c19 status with the IRS.
Uh-huh.
Everything is 100% deductible.
Okay. So if a person wanted to come out and go golfing for the day, the cart, I don't know, I guess you get the cart, the
Box lunch
box lunch.
and dinner.
And dinner for $100.
Yeah.
And are you having a certain tee-off time? Have you set that up yet?
Blackberry's been very flexible with us, and they tell us, week before they'd like a solid number.
Uh-huh.
But until we get 72 golfers, we can't do a shotgun start. So it's going to be I believe they call it a scramble.
Okay.
First tee time is going to be 10:30.
Okay. And you know what? That's not too bad. If a guy's got to run into the office or have some other things he's got to clean up before he can get it to get out to golf, that's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And May 24th, and we'll just have to hope and pray that it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, and it is a Thursday. It's a perfect excuse to get out of the office.
Right. So obviously you're looking for. Is that a Friday?
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday can be a tough day for some of them, though.
Yeah, exactly. So Thursday, we like to ease them into the weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
College Friday.
Yeah.
Right, College Friday. So, so you're looking for sponsors, and that's $100 for
A whole
a
sponsorship.
whole sponsor, $200 if you want to do the beverage cart,
Yes.
and then $100 for a whole day ticket, and $50 if you just want to go to dinner.
Yes.
And how many sponsors do you need? 18?
We have 18 whole sponsors.
Oh, you already got them.
We have 18 hole sponsors. Actually, there's one that's sponsoring, wants to sponsor 2 holes for some reason. They want to do a game at one of the holes. And then we have the beverage cart sponsors are not taken. If you want to contribute, feel free. We'll take your money. But dinner sponsors are also, they're paid up. We're looking for registration table sponsors, and then also we have our new gold and silver level sponsors. Those are a little more expensive. They're $1,000 and $750. They also include a foursome, along with some signage and a plaque from the VAC.
Well, that's very, very nice that you can do that. The other thing I wanted to ask, it skips me right now, so I'll just kind of move over, and we're going to come back, and we'll come back to the golf outing in a minute. But you need you want at least 72 golfers for this.
Ideally, yes.
Okay, I never just remembered what I wanted to ask you. So are you looking for door prizes or giveaways?
Actually,
or silent auction? How do you do it?
That's correct. I'm glad you remembered that. We are going to have a silent auction, and we're going to have raffle prizes. We have quite a bit collected so far, but yes, we are still looking for donations, prizes, baskets, gifts, whatever anyone wants to donate.
Right.
We're asking for a $50 value.
Yeah, so people can, so they can either bid on them, or you can, yeah, you don't want to write a seed corn hat.
Yeah, someone bring in a $10
Correct.
coupon to Wendy's.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I don't blame you, because that's asking Wendy's to give $10, but nobody's going to give anything for it anyway. So
Exactly.
that's, you got to make it right for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to feel like they've done the best they can. And and I think from what I have heard, when you guys do your veterans dinner in the summer, you always have a good turnout for that too, don't you?
Usually, yes.
Yeah. What's the biggest turnout you ever had for that you can remember?
I couldn't give you a number. I know that building at the fairgrounds is always full. I don't know, 400 or 500?
Yeah, that's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you that people are really wanting to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Donovan, I wanted to ask you guys have something unusual coming up, and I think this is just so clever, and I think this you know, maybe I just haven't heard of it before, but I think this is a really good challenge maybe for young people and maybe for guys even your age that haven't had to do this for a while. But tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so April 28th, we're going to be putting on what's called a ruck march. And it's just,
A ruck march.
yeah, ruck march.
Like a ruck sack.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a lot of times people don't know what that is. I just tell them it's like a hiking backpack, but not as heavy. But yeah, we're just going to be doing a 6-mile walk. It's a 10K, just right around Yorkville.
Okay. So the question I have would be, is there going to be like this kind of competition, like I got a 70-pound rucksack and I can do it. Okay, mine's 75 pounds. Are you going to do a little inter-competition that way?
I think this year we're just trying to get the idea around it, spread it to the community. We really just want to get everyone involved. Just a good way to kick off spring, have everyone in the streets, American flags, everyone having their brand, just a nice patriotic walk, you know, and get everyone really involved.
And is there a cost to sign up for that?
So for veterans and first responders, it's absolutely free. And for anyone else, it'd be $30 if they register online by the 13th. After on-site registration would be $40. And then if you're a team, if you get a team together of 4 or more, then it's $25 a
Okay.
person.
And the money that you raise for that, what would you do with it?
We're actually making a donation to the American Legion.
Okay.
So we're going to be giving them a donation, and then everything that we keep off of it will go towards future events to where we can still keep it free for veterans and first responders.
Okay. Sounds like a good way to do it. How many people would you like to? What would be the perfect number? A couple hundred?
Yeah, I mean, I would love 100 or more. As of now, I think we have like 27 people that are confirmed and registered. But, I mean, as far as our Facebook and online projections, I think there's over 200 people that said they're interested in the event. So my fear is that people are just going to be lined up at the door trying to get 8 o'clock to 9:30 registered.
Well, let's face it. What you want is you want a 60-degree day
Yeah,
with sun and not a lot of wind, just a beautiful day to go out for a good walk.
exactly.
You know, although even a day like this, even if it was a little snowy, wouldn't be bad.
No, as
because
soon
the
as you-
weather is mild.
Yeah, as soon as you get moving, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So,
You know, Chad, I want to come back a little bit to your golf outing because you're going to have a really special event go on at that golf outing dinner. And I'm probably going to tear up because I always tear up when I think about these older guys. But tell us about what is going to happen after your dinner program, for your dinner program.
Yeah, so it's likely going to be before dinner, once we have everybody gathered from golfing. There's a gentleman in the community. He's been very active in the community. He's very active in our office. He's an 85-year-old. I think he's going on 86 years
Yeah.
old. He served during the Korean War. He was a Marine. He was the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. For those of you that aren't familiar, it's 50 degrees below zero. Technically in a retreat from 200,000 Chinese soldiers. I forget how many Marines it was. They were very outnumbered, fighting as they were walking away. They ended up taking out that battle, or taking out the enemy. This gentleman was wounded in action, qualifying him for a Purple Heart medal, which he never received. It was on his discharge paperwork that he had it, that he rated to wear it. However, he didn't receive it in the mail until years later, after requesting it. So we see it as very fitting to give him a ceremony to award his Purple Heart. And we're going to do it at this golf event, just to remind everyone who's participating what our office does.
Well, and I think, you know, if people have never really witnessed a Purple Heart ceremony, there's something that is just really, really somber about that. And are you going to maybe ask that Purple Heart recipient to tell his story?
He's a talker.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have a problem. I mean, he wouldn't delve into details. I doubt he would do that. But to the public, I don't know. I don't know that he would be open to that.
Well, you know, you might ask him to furnish a little bit of an outline and maybe tell people about that because sometimes people like to know the story behind the award. So, you know, that's just my suggestion. I have nothing to say about it, but I'm going to try very hard to get my grandson to come to that dinner. I think that would be, I'm not a golfer.
Yeah.
I would, in fact, I would probably embarrass myself. But you know, there should be an award for the person who embarrasses themselves the most. I could probably win that one. So we got to take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back, talk a little bit more with Chad and Donovan about Veterans Assistance Group over there in Yorkville and how you might, they might assist you if you need it. We'll be right back. This is Fox Valley Today.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to Fox Valley Today. I'm here with Chad Lockman and Donovan Torres of the Veterans Assistance Organization over here in Yorkville. And, you know, I want to come back to the Purple Heart ceremony that you're going to have. Can you say the gentleman's name who's going to receive this?
I'd rather not.
Okay. That's up to him to decide if he
Yeah.
wants to have his name. Have you ever participated in one before, Chad?
I've been to many of them.
Uh-huh.
Participated in, no.
What exactly is that like? How do they do that? I mean, I've seen the thing where they've, you know, the president has put the Purple Heart or the Medal of Honor on different, you know, soldiers or former soldiers. But what exactly is that like to do?
So what we're looking to have happen, what normally happens in a normal ceremony in the military, the unit will be formed. The commander will be up front with the senior enlisted, who will have the award citation along with the medal. They'll call the service member up there, march up there, face the commander, and then the senior enlisted will read off the citation, you know, detailing the action that took place, why he's being awarded the Purple Heart Medal, and then they'll pin the medal on him.
Okay.
He'll march away then.
Yeah. And that's not a very long, but a very somber kind of experience for them.
Correct.
So I hear that you've had some changes over to your Veterans Assistance Commission.
Yes, we
And
have.
do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the little bit of turnover we've had recently, who you're referring to?
Right.
Yeah, Olivia Lashober was the assistant superintendent she's been here for just over 2 years.
Right.
She moved on to bigger and better things. She's now the superintendent up in Winnebago County.
Right.
And we just hired a replacement. who started on the 2nd of the month.
Okay. And I think you're going to be on with her in the radio, I think sometime next month.
That's correct,
To do
yeah.
that, right? She's already working for you, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. So, and I think you've made a good hire there. I think the organization that had her, sorry to lose her, but I
Yeah.
think you've also, been able to pick up somebody who's really going to help you guys out.
I think so.
Now, Donovan, tell us a little bit about some of the outreach things that you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, so the biggest thing with outreach is trying to get more people to know that we exist and what we do. So we like to go to a lot of different events in the community, or even set up events on our own. So we've done benefits and brunch, where we explain some benefits that the people want to hear about, and we'll have a breakfast at the senior center. Or we'll go to the Oswego Senior Center, give presentations. Last week we did presentations just at Millhurst, just to groups that may want to know what we offer.
Uh-huh.
So just doing that, going into the community, I think we get a really big turnaround rate from that.
Uh-huh. I wonder, have you ever attended any of the township meetings at night just to make a presentation sometimes to the township commissioners and board members that can, they all have their funds that they reach out to people when they're in need, but maybe not all of them are aware of some of the benefits that you guys have too.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good something good to do in the
And it
future.
would, their township meetings are held every month. You could hit one a month for several months
Yeah.
and get around to all 9 townships. It wouldn't take you 15 minutes. But I think it's important that sometimes the township supervisors and board members know some of the things that are out there, because they don't always know.
Yeah,
There's a significant number of people that were in that age group that, we were between conflicts from Vietnam up to, and we kind of went through that in, what was it, the islands, and then we were involved in a little bit of throughout the country. But we didn't have big things like Iraq and Afghanistan that a lot of guys didn't maybe serve for, they weren't needed.
yeah.
So, but I think that's kind of where I'm saying is kind of that gap where people don't really know that you're out there. And they might have an uncle or an aunt or a cousin that maybe is in need and they don't know.
Yeah, and if they don't, we encourage them just to give us a call. A lot of the calls that we get are such and such referred us to you. We're just calling to see if there's anything
Right.
that you guys can do.
Yeah, that's very good to hear that our name is getting out there.
Right. And I would love to see you come down to Seward Township sometime and just do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let the board know that you're out there for these guys, because we're so far removed from the county. We're clear down there next to Manuka.
Yeah.
But people need to know about it. Now, if people wanted to get involved and sign on for this golf outing, Chad, how would they get a hold of you, and what should they expect?
Sure, they can contact me at my office. That's probably not the best way to go. It is on the county website under the Veterans Assistance Commission on the events page. We have links to all the different forms to sign up, as well as information. But yeah, if worst comes to worst, contact the VAC.
Okay, and the other thing, have you contacted WSPY to get on a public service announcement?
I have been meaning to.
Yeah, well, this is your reminder today, because you're right here, and you might want to leave a note in Melinda's mail tray to let her know that you would like to have a public service announcement made on that. Also, for you, Donovan, a public service announcement for your ruck sack race or walk.
Yeah, we're calling it the 10K Ruck March.
10K ruck march.
Yeah.
And I think getting it out there and letting people know about it.
Yeah.
And you might be surprised how many people might come out for something like that.
Yeah, we're hoping that we get a really just decent turnout.
Right.
First one ever, so hoping for the best.
If people wanted to, but Chad, I guess what I was trying to get out of you was the fact that maybe some people might just want to call. And if they call, they could call what number?
630-553-8354.
553-8354, and get signed up to come out and support that golf outing.
Correct.
In the same way, Donovan, for your rucksack.
Yeah, for the march, they can actually sign up through our events page on Facebook. So if they were to type in Veterans Outreach for Kendall County on Facebook, it'll pop right up. See the event right at the top of the page. Click there, and the link takes you right to your registration page.
But you got to remember, there might be some veterans out there that maybe aren't, everybody isn't as young as you guys that are
Yeah.
social media connected, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I don't know that you're going to have many people that are 85 years old out there walking for it, but you might have somebody that might want to walk a mile,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
And
and just say they participated.
yeah, and there'll be trail vehicles the entire time. We're gonna have EMTs and paramedics on site.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah. So, well, just in case someone like rolls their ankle or something needs to be transported back.
Right.
So we'll have a team of guys doing that. But if they want to get a hold of me, I can even give them my personal cell phone.
Now, also, the other thing I wanted to ask you about, so this isn't going to be a straight through march. You're going to have different water stations or a lunch break or what?
Yeah, so there'll be water stations at the 3-mile mark and then another one at the 5-mile mark, just so that people that are walking, if they need water, they didn't pack it in their pack, then they can go ahead and have that. I think some of our sponsors that are doing that are going to have music playing. I think one guy's going to be playing guitar, so just to have some motivation for the guys that are going by, guys and gals.
Yeah, and when you get all done, is there going to be kind of a lunch or pizza or?
Yeah, so the American Legion is just going to open up their doors in the bar, and we'll buy a beer for everybody, and then if anyone wants food, they can go ahead and order it.
And order it. You know, I think that's kind of an easy way to go about it, you know?
Yeah, I think
Just
next
kind of
year.
make everybody comfortable.
Yeah, next year we'll probably get a little bit more complex, maybe roast a couple pigs or something.
Right. Now, you know, before we close the program, I want to ask you both a personal question. What do you enjoy the most about your job, Chad?
I enjoy helping people. Being out there, it's not even a job for me, to be honest. Just being there, being able to facilitate these benefits that they have earned, the veterans have earned. There's no short answer for it.
Is there any one particular case that stands out for you that really made you feel terrific about being able to help?
Definitely, there is one. It was back when I first started. Really showed me that I could make a difference, and it was a case. The veteran had passed away. He was a Vietnam veteran. He died of cancer caused by exposure to the herbicides that were used.
Agent Orange.
Yes. When he passed away, there was an attending physician he was on hospice. Didn't know the situation for this veteran. Put down his cause of death, which wasn't what actually caused his death. He just put down what was there in the moment. I went back. I went to the state to get the death certificate amended. That was a battle. I looked for doctors that had actually treated him and ended up getting a note stating that what his actual condition was, because what was put on the death certificate made it hard to get VA benefits after his death.
For his wife.
Correct. Got that changed, and the wife is now getting full benefits. And it was about a 6 to 8 month process getting all that squared away. And just the look on her face, that she was in tears when I called her and told her that everything was fixed. That was a great feeling.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on working so hard to help out a widow and a family probably in distress. How about you, Donovan? We got about a minute. Kind of give me something that really meant a lot to you.
I think just the whole experience of going from being just a soldier to actually seeing the impact that we have to help these families is incredible. I can't pinpoint one that hits home with me. Anytime that there's a family that's coming in that's struggling, and then I'm able to help them, and they come in the second time, you won't believe what happened. The VA granted us this, and they're just ecstatic, and it makes their lives a little bit easier. So I enjoy every second of that.
And every day can't be a success story, but every day is a challenge for you to find a way.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you can't do stuff for people, but you could show them the path.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
You know, and there's nothing more, you know, that gives you a better feeling than saying, you know, this worked because we could show them the path and how it could work. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Donovan Torres and Chad Lockman, both from a Veterans Assistance Commission in Yorkville. Thank you very much for showing up.
Thank
you
you.
very much for all you do for our veterans and our community. Fox Valley Today, thank you for joining us.